Hello and welcome. I am Scarberlock and this is House Flipper. We are continuing with our career mode. We just purchased a house that was basically just a shell, and in the last episode I did a whole bunch of the downstairs, and now I'm going to do the upstairs and some of the gardening. I only have a half hour before I have to start making dinner, so this will be a relatively short episode compared to my other House Flipper episodes, which is maybe a good thing. You can see how the house started. It was a mess. I did go through and finish the downstairs, and I mowed the lawn. And so everything is cleaned up on the outside. And I started doing brick on the outside of the house, but it didn't finish that. So I don't know that we'll finish that today. But what I'd like to do is show you the inside. This is our foyer leading into the kitchen, which I think looks quite nice. Leading into the dining room, which is pretty simple but nice with our, we have our brick walls. And then leading into our um, sunroom, I guess you could call it. It's just called a room here. I didn't put any artwork on the brick walls because I think normally one doesn't try to hang stuff on the exposed brick. Although we did hang cabinets here because we kind of had no choice. I painted the bottom of the stairwell, but I did not paint upstairs, and I haven't done anything upstairs. And of course, outside is mowed, but we need to do grass and stuff. So I think what we'll do is actually start. Let's do the inside. I think we can get that done today, and we'll see how much gardening we can get done too. So up here, I think we're going to need a bathroom. And the problem with putting a bathroom up here is that this whole place is just full of windows. But I think if we put a wall, like a wall here to here, we can get a reasonable bathroom in here, and then the rest of the upstairs will be a what's the word for it? Like a rec room. So let's go ahead and put some walls in. And I think the door will be on this wall, so we can go ahead and do this. And then we want to pull out from here. And then I think we're going to actually put the door right here, just so that we have we've maximized our wall space as much as possible, in terms of being able to, put toilets and other things, showers and stuff. This is what I want. Alright, so that's reasonable, and then the rest of the place will be essentially a rec room. Out here, we're going to need some... Hang on, if we have to go outside... Alright, so we're going to need some surfaces, right? And then paving slabs. Do we have wood? Don't we have wood? We do have decking board. Here we go. Decking board. Oak. Beech. Let's do the... dark one. I think we want to do oak. Oak is pretty nice. What's the problem here? Oh, we have to pull it. See, this is what frustrates me. We're not going to be able to completely cover this. We'll do the best we can. Nope. It's just not going to work. We're going to just have to leave it concrete. I really hate that they do stuff like this. Right? I mean, you can't make it nice because... Can we do this maybe? Alright, so we can do that. Let's try making that oak. I don't like that there's a border on it, but okay. Can we fit them is the question, right? Probably not. No. Right? There's not enough room. And so you're just going to we're just going to have to leave it crappy concrete here because there isn't a good way to fit it. They made it not be the size of the elements that they put in the game. That's just crap. I really hate stuff like that. Okay, let's see. What are we going to put in here? We'll get some tile floors. So downstairs we did sort of the dark gray. Let's do the white in here. I think these look nice. That looks pretty good. And we did sort of a beige downstairs, so we can do something a little different here. We might do some exposed brick in here. Let's see, where are we going to put the shower? I feel like if we put the shower against this wall, and say the toilet against this wall, then that can be exposed brick, and we'll make this tile. So let's try that. Let's go to our installations and go to the shower. Right there. Right? And then we're going to do toilet, and we don't need to do like a washing machine or anything in here because we've got one downstairs, so we don't need that. So let's put the toilet in. Right there. And then we can put the sink in next to it. Actually, I feel like we should put the sink closer to the door, and then the toilet can go on the end. So let's get the sink in. And then the toilet can go on the end. Well, no. This way. Toilet goes right here. Okay. And so that means we put tile on this wall and exposed brick on that wall. So let's get the exposed brick. I'm like obsessing over exposed brick in this particular house. Usually I only do a wall or two, but like every room has some exposed brick this time, which is pretty cool. I like it. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that out here. Except maybe on this wall, just because, again, I think it doesn't make a lot of sense to have exposed brick when there are a whole bunch of windows. But I really do like the way it looks. Okay, so wall tiles. You know, we can put the gray in here from downstairs. Like, I didn't want to put it downstairs because I thought it wasn't, you know, there wasn't enough contrast, but now I think it might. What's going on here? Come on. What is with that animation? This is really weird. Do you guys see that animation? What the heck is with that? And why is it taking so bloody long? It's like I'm back at the beginning of the game with this insanely long animation time for tiling, and it's completely incorrect from the way it used to look. I don't know. This is making me like just not want to tile anymore because it's really long and the animation is messed up. I don't know. But okay, so we've got that done, and so now we're going to need, I think that looks actually really nice. So now we're going to need some color on these walls. What are we going to paint it? Do we want to go dark? I think dark is no good because we got dark over here. Maybe we go Silver Glacier? Let's take a look. Let's see how it goes. What's going on? Now I can't load the roller? What the heck is wrong with this game? Goodness. Let's do it over here and see how it looks. I think we might need a tan. Let's try a more of a brown, like gray beige. Maybe this will work. This might work. Gray beige, sometimes I'm not happy with the way it looks compared to other browns, but here I think it, yeah, I think this looks good. Yep, and it kind of brings out the color in this middle thing in the floor, this middle square. Yeah, I think that looks good. Very nice. I am satisfied. Now we just need to get the white paint in here and finish up around the windows and the door, and because I made part of it beige there. Alright, so let's go ahead and move this over here. and fill it up if it lets me. There we go. Do this, and then we do around the window. There we go. Alright, let's get the shower and sink and everything installed. Put my favorite shower in. Pretty easy and quick. And then the sink, and we don't need to worry about the door hitting the sink because the door only opens the other way. So this is a guest bathroom kind of deal, so we can when I do dark wood, I guess cherry. I feel like the cherry's got too much red in it though. Oh, Sapele, yeah, that'll do. So this is kind of a guest bathroom, although it does have a shower in it. I think we could go with a smaller, less less luxurious, shall we say, sink, because it's not like the master bath or anything. It looks good. And then toilet. There we go. So now we just need to put in our accessories that we always do, like a toilet paper holder, which we're going to put there and not on the brick wall, and a mirror, I want to do Sapele, right? That looks good. We don't have a towel radiator in here, but I think that's alright. We'll put a regular radiator under the sink. One thing I didn't mention, if you look downstairs, I put like the giant radiator down there in the hallway. The reason is there was no radiator in the kitchen. There was no room for one. So I said, alright, well the hallway's right across from the kitchen. If we put a big, like, industrial strength radiator in that hallway, it should heat the kitchen enough that it won't be too cold. Take the chill out of the air, you know. Let's get a door. And then blinds. Right, and we have been using pretty much either the spruce or the cedar blinds. But I think here we're going to do Sapele to match the bathroom. To match what we've been doing. Right, the other wood in the room is all Sapele, so we'll keep it so that it looks the same. And I think that'll be nice. So if we stand back here, yeah, I mean, I think that looks good. I'm pretty happy with it, guys. Can we get curtains? I'm gonna bet no, but let's try it and see. Wide, dark colored curtains. Actually, no, we're gonna go light colored, actually. Can I even do white? But no, they don't fit. So, I mean, I think that's all we need. We've got our bathroom set. It looks good. Alright. So, we've been at this about 15 minutes. I think we need to go downstairs and work on the house. And we also need to get the brick done. Let's do some outside, and then I'll work on the garden a little bit. So, wall panels. Let's get a couple packs of that. Put that away. And then we pick this up. Looks pretty good. I do like the way these bricks look, because they're nice and clean. As opposed to the kind of grungy way that the bricks, when you're renovating the house, the original bricks, when they have it there, they look kind of grungy, but these, when you install them, they look quite nice. Alright, so what we need to do is pick this up and go downstairs and out the door. So I've done this side, that side, that side. What am I missing? I did a lot of this. I think the back. And of course we got to do the garage. I haven't even touched that. So this is a huge house. We're not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to show you all of it because it just would be like too long. And I think probably not super interesting. So I'm not going to do the upstairs with the brick. I'll just do this part so you can see that, and then we'll start working on the garden. Because this should be, I think, all I have left to do. And then we should be done with the bottom floor bricking. Bricking is a verb now. Often used in conjunction with computers. Like when you completely destroy something, like you turn your... Like, for instance, my Google Nexus 7, the first one, when Google first came out with their Nexi or whatever, I got one as a tablet. And it was pretty nice for a long time. And then Google decided to push an Android update. I can't remember which one it was. They didn't let me not get the update. They insisted, right? Because they know better than I do. And it was too much for that Google Nexus 7, and it basically bricked it. It turned it like it couldn't boot. And there was just nothing you could do. There was no way to revert unless you wanted to do something that was technically against the terms of service. And that was the last time I got a Google product, like an actual Google product. I bought then a Samsung Galaxy Tab. I can't remember which kind, and that one was really good. They just simply, beyond a certain update, they were like, we're not giving you any more updates because it's not compatible. And so then I didn't have to worry about the thing bricking, but then it wasn't getting updates. And then after that, I finally got an iPhone, and I've been an iPad rather, and I've been super happy with it ever since. I will probably never go back to Android. I've been not that Apple doesn't do stupid things, of course they do, but I've been super happy with my iPhone. Alright, so now what we're doing is we're going to lay down turf throughout the yard to clean it up. And I'm screwing this up, aren't I? Because this actually should be driveway. So I'm going to go through and fix that right now. Because the turf is very slow to lay down. Especially when you're using a big thing. But this should be driveway here. So, whoops. Let's trim this up. I cut most of it, but I missed a few spots. So let's go ahead and we're going to do a gravel driveway because it's environmentally friendlier. So stone aggregate, let's do, sorry about that, I just bunked the microphone. Let me put it back in place. Single colored gravel, let's do kind of yellow. Square. Okay, so you can see where it ends there. Alright, so the driveway goes up to about here. So there's going to need to be some sort of curving, right? Because this thing is not in line with the driveway. But let's get most of it laid out and then I'll figure out what to do about that. So this is putting the driveway in. I don't know if this is any faster than doing a bunch of turf sod. Probably not. I like it a lot. I don't know. There's something about filling everything in with the gravel that I kind of like. Alright, so somehow we need to fix this because it can't come further over. So let's... no, I don't want that. Let's get the... Come on. The turf sod. Small. So this thing needs to go kind of like that. Right? So this way we know that's the edge of it. To here. Right? So that's the edge of it there. And then... So actually, I guess it could come in from there. Right? In other words, it doesn't have to be... Oh, that's wrong. I gotta put it right on. I was off by a little bit. It doesn't have to be... It doesn't have to go all the way to the edge of the gate, right? It can be a little bit off, like that. But this here needs to go wide. So let's see. This needs to go like right there. So that's as wide as it needs to go. It doesn't need to go any further. So this, yeah, involves a lot of like sort of trial and error planning until you can kind of get it to look the way you want it to look. And you can see up on the map that like it's showing how much grass has been filled in. So I feel like what we ought to do here to try to make this kind of even with this so it's a little bit in. So we're going to take this thing. It's about like that. Like one width. And then we're going to come up like this. Right? Stop it. And then I'm going to take one of these things and I'm going to rotate it like that. So we get a nice clean angle on it. And there we go. Alright, that actually looks pretty decent. And so now what we're going to do is, I guess put a large one over here. These things are very slow, but this should be alright, because we don't have to go that far. And that'll fill in over this way, right? And then we can put another one here that'll just be like a large, I guess. Oh no, we can actually do an XL. And that fills this in, right? And so hopefully you guys can see my logic here of how we're going to do this. And then here, what I'm going to do is get a large one, I guess. Or actually, we can do another XL. And just go like that. And clean that up. And then we've got our nice angle, and it looks nice and clean. I think over here, did I screw this up a little bit? Or did I not? Maybe not. It looks nice and straight. Alright, that looks pretty good, guys. So let's, whoops, no. Let's grab another XL turf. Nope, just large. And we're just gonna put in the grass. See that we're filling it all in. See, this is too small for the XL, but a little too big for the large. And then here's the annoying thing, right? This is a bug. It's not letting you fill it in correctly over there. That irritates me. There we go. That looks so much nicer though now, doesn't it, guys? Alright, so now we can pop one here and clean that up. That was quick. And then pop another one here. So this is how you do the, you know, spreading of the grass. Most of the homes do not have this much dirt, and so most of them, you don't have to do as much. But for this one, obviously, because it, see, for this I don't want the same thing as the driveway. For this, because it was just bare bones, right? They left a lot of it, and there was a bit of a jerk there with the video, so that's why I ended up overshooting. Not that I'm perfect, but that's why I ended up overshooting. Anyway, because this was an unfinished home, they made it so that there's a lot more dirt, right? And you can see that, yeah, I do it imperfectly, so sometimes I have to go and fix it a little bit. There we go. And you just, this is just how it goes. You just got to buy all the turf rolls and slowly go through the whole yard. But guys, I'm going to have to stop here because it's time for me to make some dinner. I will continue working on this yard and the upstairs off screen. And when I bring you back, it'll be time to sell this house and see how much money we make. Until next time, guys, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been House Flipper.